Binance banned in the UK. What does it mean? Does it mean it's all over? Does it mean it's the end of the crypto bull run? Does it mean you should exit all of your coins off Binance? Well, that's what we're going to look at today because my wife came to me this morning. Says, have you seen the announcement of Binance? My friend texted me last night. Have you seen the announcement of Binance? It's all over. So I thought, great, let's look at the facts. Let's look at the figures and then make a decision. So if you like today's video, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I'm going to bring this daily wisdom to you. If you don't know me by now, my name is Jagir. I'm the award-winning author of The Extraordinary New Venture Capital Opportunity, How to Invest Like a Pro. And I'm going to bring that knowledge and wisdom today. So Binance, let's first just read the article, right? So there's loads of articles, loads of announcements. Let's just go to Sky News. Let's read. Now, I don't normally watch the news, right? So this is unusual for me to read the news. But let's just read what it says. Binance banned in city watchdog crackdown on major cryptocurrency exchange. The FCA, which has not given reasons, required all firms offering cryptocurrency related services to register from January, right? So that was what was required overall. The financial regulator has banned one of the world's largest cryptocurrency exchanges from operating in the UK, but has not outlined its reason for doing so. The FCA announced over the weekend that Binance Markets Limited, BML, Binance Markets Limited, Binance's only regulated UK entity, must not, without prior written consent of the FCA, carry out any regulated activities with immediate effect. First of all, we need to make sure we're clear on regulated activities. That's going to be important because crypto is not regulated, whereas derivatives and futures contracts is regulated. So that's really, really important distinction. So it's not all crypto, they're really referring to derivatives. And we'll get to that in a second. The watchdog also issued a warning to consumers about Binance Markets and the wider Binance Group. While it gave no explanation, none whatsoever, for the move, the FCA has required all firms offering cryptocurrency related services to register since January and show that they comply with anti-money laundering rules. Right? So fair play. Earlier this month, it said that just 5 firms had registered and that the majority of operators were not yet compliant. Binance, which was founded in China, announced in June last year they had bought the FCA regulated entity. So let's just now let me just kind of skip through this. Spokesperson. So what we want to do is a couple of things. Let's just read these as well. The FCA said, due to the imposition of requirements by the FCA, Binance Market Limited, remember, Binance Marketed Limited is not currently permitted to undertake any. So this is BML, just so you know that, because we're going to quote that later on. Regulate activities without the prior written consent of the FCA. No other entity in Binance Group holds any form of UK authorization, registrations, or license to conduct regulated activity in the UK. Really, really important because it's part of FUD, right? FUD, F-U-D, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Because if there's doubt and there's uncertainty, it creates fear. So that's what influences every market and the world that we live in today. So we need to get the facts. What do we mean by regulated activity? As part of the wider non-specific warning on investments, its statement added, always be wary of and it's kind of just covering a few other things. Here we go. While trading cryptocurrencies is not directly regulated, right? Trading cryptocurrency is not regulated in Britain. Offering services such as trading cryptocurrency derivatives is the important one, right? So if you're not doing derivatives, or if you are currently, we can just park that if you're in the UK and use a different medium. The UK is not alone, it just kind of covers that. So there we have it. So now let's just look at Binance's response, right? Binance is a big company and they've actually employed people because they're really, really stern on regulation, and they employ people that have been part of the regulatory requirements, the FCA, in their team so they can be ahead of the curve. So they're not small players. So let's just see what Binance has said. I think I had it here. Let's just go here. There we go. So Binance's response, I've done it in 4 tweets. So Binance said, we are aware of the recent report about the FCA UK notice in relation to the Binance Markets Limited, BML. BML is a separate legal entity and does not offer any products or services via Binance.com. So the first thing to know is Binance.com and BML, Binance Markets Limited, are 2 separate entities, right? So if you're on Binance.com, this news announcement doesn't apply to Binance.com. It applies to BML, which is the registered company in the UK. That's number one. It's just kind of give you a bit of peace of mind, right? Because I've heard people panic already, and it only came out yesterday, I think 13 hours ago. Binance, the Binance Group acquired BML May 2020 and has not yet launched its UK businesses or used its FCA regulatory permissions. For questions related to BML, please contact this email address. The FCA UK notice has no direct impact on the services provided on Binance.com. So most people are using Binance.com, right? Binance.com, you're using Binance.com. So if that's the case, this news announcement that might be creating fear, uncertainty, and doubt doesn't apply to Binance.com from what I'm reading over here. And last but not least, we take a collaborative approach in working with regulations, and we take our compliance obligations very, very seriously. We are actively keeping abreast of changing policies, rules, and laws in this new space. So there you have it. There's my take. I don't think, if you're doing derivatives and you're in the UK, and because you can do derivatives via Binance.com, I don't know if it's technically derivatives because the way they've labeled it and everything else, but if you're just being mindful, maybe you can just pause that until we get more clarity. But Binance.com and BML, Binance Marketing Limited, two separate companies, so it's two separate conversations. Now they've got Binance in the name, so you would assume that they're the same, but they're not. They're just, imagine you're in a family, you got your brother and your sister, they're two separate beings. Your brother is Binance.com, your sister is BML, Binance Marketing Limited, and they have separate eyeballs. So FCA is looking at BML right now because it's registered in the UK. Binance.com is a global company. So there you have it. This is my take on Binance. Hopefully that's added some clarity. I'm not too concerned myself. Binance doesn't seem to be going nowhere. Binance has been around for a very, very, very long time. Very, very strong project. And it's compliant, so it will shift. And so we'll just see how it plays out. Let's finish with a quote. I've brought out one of my old school books, The Winning Investment Habits of Warren Buffett and George Soros. So Buffett is all about fundamentals. Soros was all about technicals. So I've just pulled out a quote. Let's just do this. So we go, we should pay to have this job is what they say. But winning habit number 20. It's not about the money. When it came to these guys, it's not about the money. So the master investor, which is what we want to be, right? The master investor does what he does for stimulation and self-fulfillment, not for money. Interesting, right? The losing investor is motivated by money, thinks investing is the way to easy riches. Yeah, there you go. That's what these guys are saying. Warren Buffett and George Soros. So the master investor, that's what he does for stimulation and self-fulfillment. So not for money. So it's almost like the art of investing, the art of trading, kind of getting into the flow in the zone where it's like a sport. They kind of play the game. Whereas the losing investor is motivated by money, thinks investing is the way to easy riches. So it's more like gambling, more like a big punt, and hopefully one of the payments will come off, which is going to be the vast majority. So there you go. So there we go. We've got clarity on Binance. If you like today's video, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. If you want me to bring more news, if you find the news helpful, let me know. If you want me to stick with just technicals, I only brought this one out. Mainly, I don't normally read the news, but if it's important like this, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. One of my good friends who's in crypto texted me last night, and it was literally like, it's over. And I'm like, it's not over. And then we looked at the details and they go, oh no, actually, hang on a second. It's just derivatives. Actually, it's just fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So I thought I'll bring that to you. So like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments below if you found this useful, or if you want me to just keep on the technicals and the fundamentals, and let me know what you want more of. All right, see you soon.